Hi everyone, Liz here. Thanks for stopping by. So, I've got a little bit of a play today. I'm going to have a go at using these gorgeous little mirror squares, these mirror tiles that I got from Beebeecraft.com. Yeah, I got them on the last PR package I received from them, and I thought you might like to see what I'm going to do with these little tiles. So we got a set of 2 of the silver, 2 of the bronzy colour or rosy gold, and 2 of the like yellowy gold. So I'm going to use the silver today, and I may use the gold as well. We'll see how long it takes and see how easy these are to use. Now I don't know whether I'm going to use a cutting mat or scissors. I may use my craft knife. So I will need a glass cutting mat, and what I'm going to do is put a little border around this butterfly because it is mainly silver. This is the butterfly I did the whip and chat on and showed you how to use your different diamond painting pens, crayons, all the different things for placing special drill diamonds to see which ones worked out better. As it was, all of the ones I tried did work. I'll put a link down below to that video because it was quite useful and I found it quite interesting, the results of it. And I thought rather than just cutting it out and putting it straight into a 30 by 30 frame, because it is that little bit smaller. I think we're only, is it 25 centimetres? Now then, where have I put my tape measure? Okay, I'm always losing tape measures. Everything disappears on this desk. And it's not really that big a desk. It's 24 centimetres, which is just under 9.5 inches. 24 centimetres, 9.5 inches. So I thought it would look very, very pretty with a little sparkly edge. Now, as I said when I showed you these, you don't need to use the whole edge. You can either use 1 strip or 2. And I'm not quite sure whether I want to use 1 or 2. I think I'll just use the 1. We'll put 1 all the way around, see how it works, and then I can always add another one. It's probably better doing it that way, because if I put 2 on, then it's a real messing about then having to take 1 off. Right, I want my craft knife. I've just got a cheaper one at the moment because I find that particularly working through something like this, you need to be able to alter the length of your blade, and I don't want to be ruining my best craft knives that I use for my intricate paper cutting on some tiles. And I'll just grab a metal ruler as well because I do need that. Right, okay, so let's have a look. If you can hear a little bit of noise in the background, we have got our little Millie Moo with us today, but it's been quite a warm day, so she's doing a little bit of panting at the moment. Okay, so let's cut a couple of little strips off for starters and see where we end up. We might not need the ruler, but we'll give it a go anyway, because I think they'll be easier to deal with. I don't think, unless, are they in strips or are they all individual? I haven't actually tried peeling these off yet. No, they've got a backing paper on, look. So we do need to cut through. Let me just try without. Is this one quite sharp? Let me have a look. I want one that I've not used really. Yeah. So let's just see if we can get in between. It's like nails down a blackboard. Or will I be better off using a pair of scissors? I'm not sure. Let me just... So I'm doing this with you. I've not done this before. So you know me, I do like to have a play. And I wonder if... because I want to be able to just peel them off and stick them down. That's not a very safe thing to do, Liz. Right, once you get it started, it's okay. Right, so it is going in between. I was just going to say it's a little bit difficult. Now, bear in mind that these are glass, so wear some safety goggles. I've got my glasses on, so we don't want little bits of glass coming off anywhere and causing any danger. Yep, and it does come off in a strip, look. Right, so this has come straight off the backing paper straight away. Too many straights there, Liz. So I'm going to now lay them, see if I can get them straight again. Right, I'm going to go just slightly one over. Okay, I'm trying not to pull them because, as you can see, they're all coming off in different little sections, and I don't want that to happen because I want them in nice straight lines. Because if I keep them all together, it will just make it that little bit easier. I've got a ring now, look. Ooh, there's a new idea. You could make it into a nice little blingy ring. Sorry, it's not really wanting to focus because it's catching the little bit of sparkle there. So we'll just pop that there. Right, that one has gone folded over on itself because I'm going to have to take those off there. Okay, possibly I would be better off using tweezers, but whoever said I was ever going to do anything the easy way. So let's just put this. Oh, I love this. Oh, this is so pretty. Right, yeah, I'm definitely going to have to break out the tweezers onto this one, because otherwise I'm just going to end up wasting them, and they're too precious to waste. I will be able to get them apart, but I don't want to have to keep doing that. So let's just pop those there like that. And I mean, you could use these for anything really. You could make pictures with them, and you can make your little mosaics with them as well. They are a mosaic tile. You know, you could actually use it as a mirror. You could get a few and actually have it as a mirror on your wall. Again, though, they are glass, so do be careful with them. Right, how straight is that? Yeah, I think that is really effective. I like that, and I just like the fact that it's squares rather than one great big long sort of like silver piece. It's just broken up that little bit, just gives you that little bit more interest. Right, let me see if I can just unpeel this from me. I'm a crafter, I waste nothing, so I will be using every single square. Yep, and going one square over, look, means that when you start the next line, you then just using that square to butt up against and line up against. Right, tweezers. Okay, so that one, yeah, an odd one, look, because just not quite square. So, oh, where's that one gone? Okay, let's see if I can just separate these out. I'm determined not to waste anything. No, I'll try that later. They've actually squared up together, so they're not wanting to play. Now then, so, and I've also got, this is the diamond painting pen I got in my first Beebeecraft unboxing. Came with lots of tips and things, but I've put a straightener on this, so you could actually use your straightener to keep them in place as well. So use any of the tools that you've got, and if you find that, you know, they're not quite square, or you've not got them in quite the place that you wanted them, you can just run it along. And oh, sorry, that's like nails down a blackboard. I hope you didn't hear. Right, so let's see if we can do the next one now. Okay, I think it's going to be one of those things that the more you do, the more you get used to handling them, the easier they're going to be. So let's yeah, I'm always looking for different ways to display my diamond paintings, and rather than just putting them in a frame. I'm not a real sort of like fancy frame type person. I don't really like big ornate frames, depending on what picture you're putting in them. But I think diamond painting, particularly something like this that's so sparkly, you don't want something that's really, really blingy to go with it. I'm trying not to cut into these tiles because this knife is very sharp. Right, let's see if we can just get that started. As I say, I'm using the glass cutting mat, so I'm not ruining my desk, and I find glass cutting mats are so much easier on your blade than using one of the sort of self-healing mats, because I tend to find that they can dull your blade a little bit and they can drag, particularly if you're doing any paper crafting. So I do like. Now then, is this going to come off? It is. may come off. Let me just take it off in bits then, rather than trying to do it all in one great big long run, and see if I can do it that way, because they do seem to be matching up really, really well. So with them being square, it does just make it that little bit easier. It's just a case of not sticking your fingers to them too much and making sure that you keep them, if you can, in a nice straight line. Okay, so that one does seem a little bit bigger than that one, but you can always change them out. We have got plenty. Oh, that one's turned over at the end, that's why. I've lost another one there. I'm going to have to try and work out how not to do that. Maybe grab it with my tweezers would be the best answer, which is what I said in the first place, rather than using my fingers because they are sticking. So I've just got a little bit of a kink in the canvas there. I have flattened it out, but obviously it's just decided it wants to just push up a little bit more again. Okay, it is going over the key code, but that's all right. We will be cutting the edges off. Okay, so we've got a nice corner there. This is still quite straight, doing okay. So now we just want a little bit more. I wonder if I just bend them over, if they will just peel off. Let's just try with the tweezers. So I'm just having a good old play and seeing what works out best doing this. Now then, I'll put that off the backing sheet. So that's it, there you are. Come on, come this way. No, you see, it's got, yeah, it does need cutting because that, the glue that they're actually stuck onto is then on a carrier sheet, so you do have to cut in between. So I would suggest a really sharp but quite a long bladed nail. You need something that's deeper than your tiles, otherwise it's not going to cut through. So let's just grab this off here, and that's just flipped over again. Very naughty. Okay, so this is going to go up. Don't you flip over again. I am not having it. I won't let you. Oh, look. No. Use your tweezers, Liz. Use your tweezers. Right. This is a definite showing you how not to video so that you can see any pitfalls. Okay. Right, so we want that one as close up to there as possible. It's not too difficult, but it is a little bit fiddly, so it's something just to work on. Now then, that hasn't gone exactly to one square, so do we go an extra square over, or do we try and run it through so that, let's see how it works out on the corners, because that worked out really well and this one hasn't quite so much. Maybe I should have spaced them out just that little bit more. Okay. Oh, I don't like having a play. Right, so now then, we're going to have to go there. So maybe I could use the slightly smaller one if I can find it. Because if I push that in, I'm going to have to get rid of these little gems here. I suppose I could do. Let's push it in and see where we go, see what happens. Okay, these tweezers aren't the best. Oops. These tweezers haven't got a very pointy edge. So let me just pop that one there. Okay. And I've just got another two here. So it is easier if you keep them all in one nice long line, one nice long snake to put them on, because they stay that little bit straighter. You could always use a little, if you've got a spirit level, which actually I have. I got with a diamond painting once. I can't remember what I got it for. I think it was with some diamond painting frames I got, and they sent me a little spirit level. They obviously know that I'm not very good at hanging things in straight lines. Right, let me see if I can find some different tweezers, because these aren't very pointy. Right, so I've got my good old paper crafting tweezers, which are very, very small on the end. Okay, so we are now wanting another strip. So it'd be interesting to see how many strips we need to go around. I think I'd worked out that you could probably, with the 2 packs, no, there's the smaller one. So I'll just pop that there for now. That you could do 2 small ones and a larger one, a 30 by 40. But obviously, looking at doing this now, it depends on how many you waste, because I have wasted a few at the minute, which isn't good. But again, like any other material, any other craft, the more you do it, the more you'll get used to it, and the easier it gets. It is just a case of getting used to handling the material and seeing what it does. And as I say, at the moment, it just seems to like folding over on itself on the top one, which we don't want. So that has cut right through there. Okay, I feel as though we are just getting little particles. I don't know if you can see on my fingers, they're just shining. No, you can't really see, shining a little bit. So I will give it a really good hoover around here to make sure I've not put any little bits, as I say, because these are a glass cabochon. So now that wasn't brilliant. I shouldn't have taken all those off at once. So let's just pop that down, and I think, oops, don't you dare, we'll just cut that in half. Okay, so we're just handling half at a time, and then hopefully we are stopping any turning over, so we're not losing any. Okay, right. Oh, nearly long enough, look. So we just need to now grab this, pull it up to this end here. Okay. The only trouble is with this, I keep catching glimpses of myself, and my hair's, well, I just look like I've been dragged through a hedge backwards today. So I've been outside gardening and doing a few jobs outside. So yeah, it's been one of those days where I didn't particularly need to be tidy. So it's a good job that I'm not facing the camera today. Yeah. Oh no, don't stick together. Oh look, I've made a real pig's ear of that one. Hang on. All right, let's see if I can. Okay. All these that are sticking together, I am going to sit with my tweezers and unstick them all, because as I say, I'm a crafter, I don't waste anything, and I do like to try all different things. All right, so let's grab, we'll have that one little square there. It wants to go the other way up. Okay, they're not quite square, some of these. They're slightly longer than they are wider. So let's try and pick this up again. We don't want any folding over on themselves. Okay. And then we just want these. These tweezers are much better. They're very, very fine tipped. And there's that one squashed in between. They're very, very fine tipped, so they get right underneath. So these are my paper crafting ones. I think they're actually, originally they were fly fishing ones for making flies for fishing, because of the very fine nature of them. If you've ever seen some of the flies that the fishermen make, they're amazing. Right, where's my little straightener? Just give them a little butt up. A little butt out that way. Okay, you never thought you'd be using your straightener for something like this, did you? I know I didn't. But if you've got a tool and it works, then all well and good. Okay, so we've got the other half now. Right, let me grab my tweezers again. Okay, so we've done 4 rows, have we, so far? Want that end there. Keep that end straight. And don't you fold over. Okay, so that one's not quite going to the edge either, but that doesn't make too much difference on this. So let's just take that one off there. Okay. And just turn this round. And we're going to run this one down this way. Don't you fold over. Look, you can just see that little divil there is wanting to fold in on itself. So just something to watch out for. Okay, so let's just pop that one there like that, and that one there like that. Okay. Right, we're getting there. So we are just on our last little bit now. So say, what have we done? 1, 2, have we done 3 bits? What have we got left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, we've done 3 strips so far. So I have, let's say, wasted a couple. So let's just cut what we actually need on this one. So we only need to go to there. So I will just cut that paper there. As I say, you've got to cut through the sticky and the backing paper. Oops, just cut that there. Ooh, that noise. All right, just fold it again slightly. I'll definitely get some more of these. It's something that I do think looks really, really effective and is going to make my painting really stand out. So you could do a double layer if you wanted to, and possibly a double layer would be easier to do. But at the moment, I do just want to do the single layer and see how it works out. So that's that. I'll grab my tweezers again. Okay, so keep that end. And we're going to go from there. Now this is going to just have to slightly shift across. And we have just got, see, that line isn't quite straight because it doesn't quite line up at that end. But once you get it in your frame, hopefully you won't notice. So let's just, and we have just got that little bit of an overlap there. So let me just take that one off and let me just see if I can slightly lift this up and just move it. Don't you curl over. Oh, it's curled over on itself. Naughty little drill. Okay, so yeah, they are slightly different sizes, these. See if these will come apart. Let's have a look. Yeah, they will. So, right, yes, they do come apart, so we can do that. Though, stop it curling back over. I suppose you could do each one individually. I mean, you could even do them individually and do 1 gold, 1 silver, 1 gold, 1 silver, if you wanted to make a pattern around the edge. I mean, to be honest, if I did a video doing that, I would literally be here all day. So I haven't done that. But let's see if this smaller one's going to go into this gap, because it's just made it a slightly smaller gap going that way. So see if this will just pop into there. Let's see, let's see. Just move you out of the way slightly, second. And squash you on there. And then, oh, we only need the one in this little gap here. Okay, so there we are. We've got those in there. And I've got a few little spares as well. Right, so we've used sort of 3.5. So we've got 1, 2, 3 and another half. So we've definitely got at least another 30 by 30 painting we could do using these little squares. I've discovered, as I say, that they do come apart if you are finding that if you find that your squares do sort of fold in on each other like a couple of the ones I've used have, then yeah, you can just then use your tweezers or a sharp, even your blade of your knife. Obviously be very careful, and yeah, it does work really, really well. Now you can either leave it like this and just use nail varnish remover to take off the edges, or I'm going to cut this one out now and pop it into a frame. So let's see, oops, how well these cut out now. Okay. Right, just cut along this edge. Nice straight edge to cut along as well. Just sort of angle your scissors as you're doing these, so it just slightly goes underneath, so you don't end up with like a little white edge. I always say to do that when you're cutting out if you're diamond painting, if it's a full drill diamond painting, and you know you've got your drills right up to the edge. If you just angle your scissors slightly, then it just sort of goes underneath and gives you a better finish when you're cutting out. Okay. And obviously I'm using the biggest pair of scissors that I could possibly find. I do find if you're cutting straight lines that you're better off with the biggest pair of scissors you can find. Okay, so that's that one. I do like to keep the little details of the diamond painting as well. These all go in my diamond painting logbook, so I know what I've done. The little key code, you can still read it, even though I have had to cut a little bit of it off. So they're the bits I need. Everything else can go into the bin now. Let's try and tidy up as I go along. Okay, I think this looks really stunning. The more I'm looking at this, and now I've cut the white edges off, the more I think this looks really, really good. And it certainly, in this case, doesn't need more than that one little row of squares. It's just really set it apart and made it look really, really blingy. Well, more blingy than it was anyway, if that's possible, because it's very, very pretty, this picture. So yeah, and these are sticking really well, so I'm quite pleased with that too. Okay, right, so that's those bits to go in the bin as well. And yeah, just don't you think that just sets that off? Let me just grab a frame. So some of my favourite frames at the moment are these magnetic frames. These are a 30 by 30 frame, but they are designed to take the 30 by 30 canvases, and I'm hoping that let me just get this into this frame here, that we may not have much white around the edge. Okay, so yeah, it's just a case of trying to just manoeuvre it so that it's in the frame. Move out the way. That's it. So that all you see is like the bling and not the white edge. I think it's just going to need maybe a bit of a tweak. But yay, look at that. So it's not perfect. I need to do a little bit more tweaking on it. But yeah, look at that now. So we've got this gorgeous diamond painting. Oh, this has got the cover still on it as well. Hang on. Yeah, these magnetic frames do have a dust cover over the top to stop any scratches or fingerprints in transit. So now you can see it. Look at that in all its glory. You can, it's really reflective as well. So yeah, look. I'm really, really pleased with that. So I just need to keep tweaking it a little bit as it settles. Just make sure that's a bit more that way. That needs to be down just slightly so we can still see those. And yeah. So if you're worried when you actually do sort of a 30 by 30 painting and it doesn't quite fit into your frame, these little borders now are just the right size to go around the edge, just to fill that gap, so that now there's no sort of white showing. You've just got your black frame, then you've got this, in this case, the silver mirror border, and then that gorgeous butterfly in the middle. Well, I think that's worked out really well. I'm really pleased with that, and I will certainly be using them again. And look how much I've got left. So in the silver, I have still got a full strip of, what did we say? Well, 1, 2, 3, 8, I think. Yeah, 8 of the little thing, of the little lines. And then I've got 4 and sort of 4.5-ish left. So yeah, I've got plenty to do, plenty more pictures. I've got a few odd little ones that have come off, and I've got a couple that I need to just separate out, but nothing will go to waste. Now, just thinking about it, if you did find that you can't get, if you did find you can't get the little gems separated, where's the tweezers so I can show you? So yeah, as I've been doing it, as I've been doing, as I say, they've just folded over on themselves and stuck together. If you find you can't get those apart, you could always just put a double one. Just use a little bit of jewellery glue and just put like an extra one at the end in the corners, so that the corners would be a 2. Would actually be a 2 little squares rather than 1, and it just gives it that little bit extra. And sometimes just put an extra one in the middle as well, just gives it that little bit extra. Actually, that looks pretty good. Yeah, so we've got one in the corner there. Let's just put another one up there and another one up there. I mean, obviously I'm doing this over the canvas. You would need to do this actually on your canvas. And then just makes it actually just makes it look a little bit Art Deco, doesn't it? With the squares just raised up slightly and showing that a little bit different. Just gives the glass and the mirrors that a little bit extra. I'm not quite level. I think I need to count them out and make sure that they're in exactly the right places. But yeah, just extra little bits like that. Or even just use one of the other colours, as I say, if you've got the patience and the time, which I didn't want to do really on this video. You could do a red one, you could do a silver one and a gold one, a silver one and a gold one. I don't think it would really match on this picture, but it's certainly something that I will consider on future pictures. And then you've got like the bronze or the rose gold. And I'm thinking I've got a picture that I really want to use that one on as well. And now I've given it a go and I know what it looks like. I'm really impressed. Yay! Okay, well, I hope you've enjoyed this little video, a way of using these tiles a little bit differently, making a picture just bling that little bit more. Okay, well, thank you ever so much, Beebeecraft, for sending me the materials to have a go and have a play at these. As I say, I am an affiliate with them, and you can get a discount if you use my links and my code, so I'll put the details down below as well, so you may as well get some discount. You're not obliged to use it at all. You can just go to the website. I do get a small commission if you do use my codes, which all just then goes back to the channel. Okay, well, if you've enjoyed looking at this with me and having a bit of a play, then as always, a thumbs up is very much appreciated. Any comments or questions in the comments down below. Have you used anything like these mosaic tiles before? Do you think you'd give it a go? Let me know in the comments. And if you want to come back and see what we get up to next, then if you press that subscribe button down in this corner and the all notifications bell that pops up, be notified when any of my videos come up, so you won't miss anything. Yay! Okay, thanks ever so much for stopping by, and I do hope to see you all again soon. Bye for now.